how you doing? This is TV and school. Вивчаємо з тобою ми англійську. How are you? Що скажеш, коли ти зустрінеш якогось іноземця? So, let's speak English. Англійська мова Шекспіра та нью-йоркських таксистів. Англійська стане у нагоді вам, бойські дівчиська.
Hello everyone, it's time for an English lesson. My name is Natalia Leshko. Let's start. Today we continue talking about school life and education. So, if you think about our lessons, we have already discussed different classrooms, different subjects. We created the project of our school and the school of our dreams. So, we also talked about the teachers for that school. So, let's imagine that we have a school ready, we have our classrooms that we want to have or you want to have in your school. We also have the subjects that we want to study. You have texted me about this. And you have chosen the teachers and the qualities or features of characters that the teacher should have. Now it's time for curriculum. But before we choose the curriculum and talk about education in Ukraine and other countries, I want you to concentrate on motivational things. So what keeps you motivated? Why do you go to school every day? I know that you have to, but there are things, tiny things that teachers can tell you or show you or ask you to do that you have a desire and a wish to go to school. So this is called motivation. And today we'll also talk about rules. So let's start with an interview. I had a fantastic talk with my friend who is a director of studies in private school in Greece. So let's meet her and talk to her.
Hi.
How are you today?
Well, as you can see, I'm sitting outside because it's a wonderful, sunny, hot day here in Greece.
I see. So could you please introduce yourself to our students?
Of course. Good morning, everyone. My name is Vassa Dimopoulou, and I am the teacher trainer of Express Publishing and also the director of studies of the big piloting school that Express Publishing has in Greece.
Thank you very much. So you are a real expert and we are honored to have you in our lesson. So Vassa, tell me please, is it a big school?
Well, for being a private language school, it is. We have about 2,000 students attending our classes in English, French, Italian, Spanish, German, and now we are teaching Greek to foreigners.
Oh, fantastic! I hope that one day I will be your student with Greek because I'm studying Greek now.
Great, we'll be waiting for you.
Thank you. Okay, Vassa, could you please tell us, I know that most private language schools, they have just classrooms in their schools, right? But I know that you have 2 extra rooms that are very important. Can you tell us please about that?
Of course. Well, we consider our school something more than a simple school. That's why we have a big computer lab. Actually, we have 2 big computer labs now and heading for a 3rd one, where students come and do their electronic part of the homework. So if you're familiar with our books, you know about the ebook and you know about the digibook platform. So whenever there's something assigned for homework from these 2 components of our books, they do come to the computer lab and they sit there attended by teachers, assisted by teachers, and do their homework in the computer lab. And there is a second room that is very, very special for us. It's our theater. It's an assembly hall, but with a stage, backstage, lights, microphones, you name it. We have everything there because what we do is we host our own theatrical performances. So students actually become actors and actresses, and they perform in English, starting from very, very young ages, as low as 5 to 6 year olds, until they are, I don't know, quite old, 70, let's say, and they participate in our performances.
I see. Wow, this is great. So drama is important for the students, right? And this is obligatory for all the students, or they just play let's say, by wish?
No. They do have to participate one way or another. It could be as actors and actresses on stage. It could be as singers in a choir. And of course, they could also be presenting. So presentation skills are taught and practiced in our school as if it was real life. They come on stage and they present interesting topics to the parents and the teachers attending. So they're prepared for what's coming next. Because we all know that when we work, we will be asked to give an interview, to present things. If we work, especially in business, we will be presenting all the time. So we are preparing our students for that, helping them from these early ages.
I see. This is great. It looks like you are preparing your students for future life, so practicing their life skills. That's great. Amazing. So could you please tell us, how do you motivate your students to participate actively and complete homework? Because we sometimes struggle with this. We have points from 1 to 12. 12 is the top one. What about you at your school?
Homework, a magical word. Teachers love it. Students hate it. So we have to find a way to combine these two, our love and their hatred, and make it a success story. And this happened through our DigiBook platform. So what we did is we organized our school into 3 big teams. So we have the tigers, the lions, and the cheetahs. There are leaders. We have leaders. I am the leader of the tigers team. And then the students are divided into these 3 teams. Every time they do a task on their DigiBook platform or a mission, which is assigned by the teacher, revision for a test, it's this, okay? So every time they do that, they get stars and points and Alexes, and they collect points for their team. At the end of the school year, we see how each team did, and then we award them a big trophy, and then we have a big banner with a name and the symbol of the team, and this decorates our school for a whole year because that team was the winning team. Tigers won last year, so we were the winners of last year. We are losing big time this year. I don't know what's happening.
Congratulations on the last year. It's okay. This year probably is going to be different. We'll see how it goes. You still have some time, right?
Of course.
So students love this system, this participating in teams, right?
Yes, because in essence, this is competitiveness, but in a positive way. And for us, it's nice because homework is completed. For students, it's nice because it doesn't look like homework. It's like playing a digital game. So it's fine. And also, by getting those points, they have their own avatar. So they get to choose clothes and accessories and dress their avatar. So, you know, Digital platform has offered us a tool to approach the new generation. You children of today are so different to what we used to be as children. So we have to find a way to approach you. This is a way, the platform. So they have got used to the idea that I do these things for myself and my team. They even borrow books from the lending library, you know, through the DigiBook. We have uploaded the books, and they know that they can go on their DigiBook, select a book, come to the school, pick it up, read it, and that gives them more points.
I see. That's great. It looks like it's really motivating the students. And I know that our students would love to participate as well in this system. Tell me, please, apart from the trophy, the cup that the students get, and all this promotion, that the banner is there through the whole, for the next academic year, right? Do you organize anything else, like a party for them, probably some treatments, or I don't know, anything that can motivate them, like extra points, extra bonuses?
We try to keep them alert all the time with new things. So yes, we hold competitions throughout the year. We also have our own wall of fame, as we call it, where the top students at each level get their names printed, and that stays there for every year to come. So they still, this makes them feel that, okay, I have to strive, I can be the best one. Also, the winners, the bookworms, the children who have read the most books from the library, they get awards. We have a big party at the end of the year, and we give them their awards. They are drones or, you know, tablets and stuff like that. So they really like it. But apart from all this, what we also try to get across to the students is that our school is more than a school. So we need to promote values. So we organize other events that attract students to the realities of this world. We went tree planting. We had an event where we called organizations that take care of stray animals. They were introduced to ideas of how to help stray animals, why we must not adopt an animal if we're not sure about this. We go to the theater. We have famous people coming to us, talking to us about their jobs and about, you know, things like that, that will make the children feel that this is more than a school. Because schools are more than schools. We teach values, we create the citizens of the future. So we need to teach them loads more than simply English.
I agree. I totally agree with you. So thank you very much for your talk. I hope that we are going to apply some of your ideas to our schools. And I'm sure that the students will love your ideas and they want to use them at their school of their dreams. So next time I'm going to share the ideas with you that they're going to use.
That would be lovely. And it was great talking to you. Miss you. We haven't seen you in a long time with all these weird conditions that we're experiencing. Children, keep up the good work. I know that online lessons and online reality is not the same as physical presence in a class, but believe me, these people out there are doing a great job. Keep it up.
Thank you very much, Vaso. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, as you see, we had a fantastic talk with Vaso, and let's summarize the ideas talking about motivational system and school rules that she has in her school, and we can apply those ideas in our schools. So first of all, talking about the classrooms, she has mentioned that they have two important rooms. What are they? Do you remember? Yes, the computer room and the theater or assembly hall. So they have a big stage and they have performances every single year. And students can't skip those classes. Everyone participates in that performance. Talking about motivational system, they use digital platform to complete their homework. So they don't have any paper homework, they don't have any workbooks and don't do exercises using the pen. They complete the homework using digital platform and they complete it online, which means that this is like a game for the students. This is also interesting because they get points. And this is nice. You get more points and you can play with your avatar. This is very competitive. I would love to study like this. So you can use those ideas for your school project, the school of your dream, by adding those motivational points and creating your own motivational system. Now, let's focus on school rules. Let's start. Have a look at the first one. The teacher says, be quiet. Okay, so what is the rule for the student? In my school, I must be quiet. This is the first rule. And you can see the infographic. So let's draw these pictures in order to remember those rules. We will need them later. So, shh, I'll use it like this. In my school, I must be quiet. Let's go with the next one. Be polite. The teacher says like this. So the rule will be, in my school, I must be polite. So I raise my hand. I'm polite. One more time. What is the rule? In my school, I must be polite. Let's continue. Speak English, says the teacher. So the rule is, I must speak English. Let's draw it. So, I must speak English. Let's go with the next one. Teacher says, don't use your mobile phone. And the rule is, in my school, I can't use my phone. So, let's draw it. So, in my school, I can't use the mobile phone. We keep them in the locker. So, don't to music. What is the rule? Have a look. I mustn't listen to music. What does the teacher say? Don't listen to music, right? So, we can't listen to music in the school. Let's draw it. So some of you can say that we can't listen to the music in school. Why? So the rule is that you mustn't listen to the music during the lesson. During the breaks, it's okay. You can put on your earphones and listen to music. So during the class, no, you can't listen to music. Let's continue. Have a look. Teacher says, eat chewing gums. So don't eat chewing gums. And the student can say, I can't eat chewing gums in my school. Because first of all, they are dangerous. Secondly, I can damage the school property. So no chewing gums. I will use a bubble. So no bubbles, no chewing gum. Okay, in my school, I can't eat a chewing gum. Let's continue. The next one. Don't write on the table, says the teacher. And the rule is, I mustn't write on my table. So, let's draw it. So, there is a table and a pen on the table. And I say that I mustn't draw on the table. One more time, in my school, I mustn't draw on my table. Let's continue. We have two more. The teacher says, don't be late. So, I mustn't be late to my school. So I draw a clock. It means that I must be on time and I mustn't be late. I mustn't be late. Let's continue. Don't run in the corridor. This is my favorite rule. Students love running, but teachers, they don't like it. So a student can say that I mustn't run in the corridor. Let's draw it. So, no running. Don't run in the corridor. Or, in my school, I mustn't run in the corridors. Now, let's summarize all those rules using the modal verbs. Have a look. We use must or mustn't, have to, and should. After must, have to, and should, we just use the verb without the particle to. You must speak English, you must be polite, you have to be polite, or you have to speak English, and you should, of course. You should be on time, you should be polite, you should be silent. Must one is a really strong. So, you mustn't use your phone. It means that there are no cases that you use your phone in the classroom. This is a very strong rule. You mustn't. Or, you mustn't eat a chewing gum because this is dangerous. Or you mustn't run in the corridor again because this is dangerous. Have to is a bit lighter. It's not that strong as must. For example, you have to be polite. There are some cases that you can be yourself and you express yourself, so we can't say you must be polite. We say you have to. Let's try with a different one. You have to speak English. That would be good as well. Let's go with should. Should is even lighter. This is like advice, a good piece of advice. So, you should be silent. So, when you say you should be polite, means that this sounds easier for your mind. It's not that strong as must and have to. You should speak English. This is a good advice. And all these rules that are in red, I would go with them as must. So, you mustn't use your phone. You mustn't listen to music during the class. You mustn't use your chewing gums because this is dangerous. You mustn't write on the tables, this is rude. You also must be on time, don't be late. And please don't run in the corridor. You mustn't run in the corridor. Of course, those rules sound very, very strict, and school probably is going to be boring for students. They will hate the school. We can use different words in order to make it lighter. So, these words must, have to, and should, they always sound very strong for us, and it looks like it's a boring school. There are so many rules, and students usually hate such schools. So, different words can help us to paraphrase the rules, and it's going to sound easier for us. Let's have a look. We can use the words like limit, avoid, or stay away from. Let's try. For example, limit using your phone, meaning that at some lessons, I, as a teacher, can allow you to use your phone. For example, we can have an online dictation, or we can use different applications. We already tried with you a story dice application, so I asked you to use your phone. Let's go with the word avoid. Avoid eating chewing gums. So it's easier for you than listening to the phrase, don't eat chewing gums. Avoid eating chewing gums. You see the difference. And stay away from. Stay away from running, for example, in the corridors. And let's have a look how we make up sentences using these words. So, after limit and avoid, we use the verb with ing form. For example, limit talking to rude people, or avoid eating chewing gums, avoid speaking too loud. And stay away, we usually use stay away from something. Stay away from something or somebody as well. Stay away from rude people. Now, let me show you some examples from our students of different school rules. So, let's have a look at these two posters. Let's start with the first one. So, the first rule is you must keep mobile phone in the locker. So, don't use your mobile phone during the lesson if your teacher doesn't allow you. So, the lockers, the cupboards, you put your phones there and they stay there for a lesson. During the breaks, you can use them, it's okay. So let's continue. You can't wear heavy makeup, and it means that makeup is okay, but it should be very light, and heavy makeup is not suitable for school. It's okay for a party after school, but at school, no, don't do this. And the last one, you can't cheat on tests. This is a very nice rule and I love it, because cheating is not good, right? It's better to learn it in advance and to study well and complete the test and be honest all the time. So, no cheating, guys. Let's look at this one. This is more traditional. You see only sentences here, very little pictures, like infographics. So let's start. You have to arrive early, or don't be late, remember? Right. Let's continue. You have to be on time for lessons. Again, this is a very important rule, because the teacher might start the lesson with a little dictation or a short conversation, which is going to be important, and you can't skip it. Number 3, you have to wear special clothes for PE, Be ready for PE classes, because when you exercise in the gym, you can't wear jeans or school uniform. This is not suitable for the school lessons like PE. So, number 4, you can put makeup on. So, this means like this lady, probably, because here we have the rules about makeup, I can understand that these are ladies. And this lady says that no makeup, and here we have the phrase or the rule, you can put your makeup on. But the rule is you can't have heavy makeup. Light makeup is okay. Beautiful face. And the last one, you have to carry your ID. Documents are important, so please bring it to school. What are other rules that we can use at school? So, we didn't talk about school uniform. Is it important for you? Would you like to have school uniform at school? And this can be jeans probably, or a white t-shirt and trainers, or would you like to have shoes and more formal style, like a jacket and trousers? For ladies, this can be a dress or a skirt, or again, some trousers. So think about the school uniform. Would you like to add these things to your school? So guys, it's time for our homework. I told you that we have already talked about School of Our Dreams, and we are still completing this project. So I would like you to update your project with the information we have discussed today. First of all, the motivational system. How would you motivate the students of your school to participate actively? Would you like to add events, different classrooms, or probably digital homework, or probably points? You can have your own name for those points. You create your own currency. Okay? Then go with the set of the school rules that you would like to have in your school. You can use the rules that we have discussed today, or add your own schools and add your own rules. Please don't forget about the rules for teachers as well. So we ask you to do a lot of things, and we need to talk about ourselves. So, for example, the teacher must be creative. The teacher must bring interesting tasks to the lessons, like these things. Or the teacher must show us different videos. So think about the rules for the teachers as well. And the last point is school uniform. Would you like to have it or no school uniform? And you allow your students to wear whatever they want. So thank you very much for the lesson, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.